Hey folks, it's me. So, little fun fact about depression, if you don't know, or if you do know, is that for depression, you don't always feel sad. A lot of times, actually, you feel numb, and you just don't give two shits about anything. You just don't. And a lot of times, you also feel angry, or in my case, I will often feel so angry that all emotions turn off, and I don't give two shits about anything. And I think that part is common for a lot of people where, like, really strong emotions will shut them down. I think that's fair to say. However, I have PMDD, which is premenstrual dysphoric dysfunction, and so rage is something I am very familiar with. Controlling rage is something I've gotten to be incredibly good at, because when I deal with PMDD, I have a lot of unfounded rage. No justifiable reason for rage. And I have justifiable reason for anger right now. And today that anger has been, expressed and unheard in multiple ways, in multiple fields, with multiple people. And I'm at the point where I just don't care. Because if I do care, the migraine that I've been dealing with off and on all week is going to win and just going to explode my head. Hi, baby dog. Go get your treats. I love you. Go. But the way that this affects my weight is that I don't care what I eat. And my comfort food and my anger food gets consumed. And I'll care tomorrow when I step on the scale and I'm like, oh crap, that is 3 extra pounds. But no. Tonight I did not care. As I sat in Frisch's and ate way too much. Which, I mean, honestly, it would not have been too much 6 months ago. I mean, it would have been, but I wouldn't have considered it too much 6 months ago if I wasn't, paying attention to my calories. I would have been like, oh, it's just a meal. But now I'm like, I don't even want to look at what that's going to be in the app. That's going to be ugly. But I didn't get any, cherry coke to go with it, and I didn't get any dessert to go with it. I walked away, and on the way home, I intentionally drove home on fumes rather than stop at the 2 United Dairy Farmers I passed and the Speedway I passed, because I have favorite junk food at each of those, including a peanut butter milkshake, which has an exorbitant amount of calories. So, yes, I'll have to get gas first thing tomorrow, but, my waistline is a little safe. But it's like this sometimes. And I think this is the scariest part for me in progressing towards having the surgery, is that, okay, right now I don't really, I don't really care. But when I don't have a stomach anymore, and I just have, a chute, a sleeve, a slip and slide into my intestines, my body's gonna make me care, and I'm going to be in pain, and I'm going to feel like crap, and I'm kind of worried about when those two worlds meet. Which is actually why I'm doing this, because when I have days like this where I'm like, oh, I need something extra to help me control it. And I think this is like the roadblock to that. I think, 95% of the time, I can control me just fine. But there's these small windows of hell that I go through where what I'm consuming is the least of my worries. And when I'm dealing with those windows of hell, you know, I need something in place. I need somebody to close the window. Preferably with me on the safe side. And I think that's why I'm doing it. I think I need to find, you know, some techniques so that way I can say to myself, yes, if absolutely possible, you know, or if absolutely impossible to do the surgery, you know, what can I do? And I've been looking for a long time now, and I have very few techniques that are effective when I feel this way. So I I wish I had the motivation, the energy right now to be like, oh yeah, you know, we're gonna just push on through. Tomorrow's a new day. It's gonna be great. But I can't see 5 minutes from here. I can only see right now. And right now's got to be enough. And sometimes in the right now, in order to be happy and find that happy moment, not even happy, just satisfied, not as angry, just better. You know, I eat. I think a lot of people do. When you can't see what's 10 minutes ahead of you, when you can't see what is 10 minutes ahead of you, it's just so scary. You're like, well, I need something positive. I need something positive. Onion rings are positive! Yummy! We're gonna eat onion rings! And we're gonna dip them in both ketchup and tartar sauce, because that's what you do at Frisch's. Yes, you should. And if you haven't, I'm sorry, but you should. No, you shouldn't. You really shouldn't, but you should. Um, yeah. It's not a good idea. It's a really good idea, but it's not a good idea. But, you know, was I happy for 20 minutes? I was distracted for 20 minutes. And sometimes distracted's enough in the moment for those 20 minutes. The other things that may distract me may not be as healthy, you know? And I think that's one of the big concerns when people are trying to give up food that have a food addiction. You know, it's not like other addictions that, you know, I've been able to overcome. It's like I can't just stop eating like I stopped drinking, and I can't, you know, it's not like my friends and stuff can, you know, throw all my food away. And, like, you know, my friends helped me pour all the alcohol that was left in the house down the drain. You know, it's not like that. It's not like, you know, I can go get like non-food food, like non-alcoholic beer. It's not the same thing. You have to keep eating, and you have to balance it. It's a balancing wire act, and I fell off that high wire tonight. But, you know, tomorrow's another day. And that's the way it is with anybody dealing with depression. It's just, you know, whatever you have to do tonight, you have to do tonight. As long as you can believe that tomorrow is another day, and that you belong there. So whether or not it's the onion rings or the 2-hour chat with, you know, one of my dearest friends tonight, or my little doggy loving on me, and little kitty even being excited I'm home, you know, tomorrow will be another day. But today took all of those things and even more of my arsenal to get me through. So here's to tomorrow. I'll be there. I hope you are too. Good night.